Welcome to Volume 13 of Weird Wikipedia, a series where we explore unusual Wikipedia articles. Today we will discuss a little-known Nazi base at the bottom of the earth, a major Hollywood film that grossed $30 during its initial release, a beautiful oasis located in the most unexpected place, and more. Neuschwabenland. Swabia, known in German as Neuschwabenland, is a largely forgotten chapter of World War II history, involving Nazi Germany's foray into Antarctica. In 1938 to 1939, Germany launched an expedition to this remote region, then part of Norwegian Queen Maud Land. The expedition, led by Captain Alfred Richer, aimed to secure a territory for Germany in Antarctica, primarily for whaling. The expedition extensively mapped the region, dropping darts across the region to stake claims. They photographed over hundreds of thousands of square kilometers, including the ice-free Schermacker Oasis. And to foreshadow very bluntly, the Schermacker Oasis is going to be discussed in this video. You're going to want to see that. The territory was never actually fully governed by Germany, and the claim was abandoned after their defeat in 1945. There was talk of establishing a naval base in New Swabia, but due to the outbreak of the war, this never officially happened. Also, for you history buffs out there, as you know, Germany occupied Norway in 1940, and as such, Queen Maud Land was, at least nominally, under German control. Post-war New Swabia became a hotbed for conspiracy theories. Some believed that Nazis established a secret military base there, surviving with hot springs. These claims extend to theories about Nazi UFOs and secret World War II missions to conquer the base. Today, New Swabia is a part of Queen Maud Land, under the Antarctic Treaty System, administered as a Norwegian-dependent territory. The name New Swabia still frequently appears on maps, likely prompting thousands upon thousands of Google searches per year. Allen Chau. Allen Chau, an American Christian missionary, became a widely discussed and controversial figure after his untimely passing in 2018. Born in 1991 in Alabama, Chow attended Oral Roberts University, graduating with a degree in exercise science, and was involved in a number of missionary trips, including to Kurdistan. Chow's story took an ugly turn when he decided to contact the Sentinelese, an uncontacted tribe on North Sentinel Island, part of India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Quick aside, the Indian government has a strict prohibition against visiting the island to protect the tribe's isolation and prevent the spread of diseases. Despite this, Chow was determined to introduce Christianity to the Sentinelese. In October 2018, Chow traveled to the Andaman Islands and prepared for his mission, including learning the local language and obtaining necessary vaccinations. In November, he paid fishermen to take him near North Sentinel Island. Over several days, Chow made attempts to land on the island, facing hostility and warning shots from the Sentinelese. Despite these dangers, he persisted, driven by his religious conviction. Chow's final attempt on November 17th ended in tragedy. The fishermen, who later faced legal action, observed the tribe dragging Chow's body. Efforts to recover his body were abandoned due to the risks involved. Chow's actions sparked widespread debate. Critics condemned his intrusion, highlighting the dangers posed to the isolated tribe by external contact, especially the risk of disease. Conversely, some saw him as a martyr for his faith. Whatever your view of Chow and his mission, it's clear that he was a man of conviction. In my view, his actions were extremely reckless, but I have no choice to accept that he was sporting ironclad orbs of audacity. Torrington Gopher Hole Museum. Big shout out to subscriber MP Schneider LC for this suggestion. Make your suggestions in the comments below and get a big shout out if chosen. The Torrington Gopher Hole Museum, also known as the world-famous Gopher Hole Museum, is a quote-unquote attraction located in Torrington, Alberta, Canada. Established in 1996, this museum showcases 77 taxidermized gophers displayed in 44 intricately designed dioramas. The gophers are depicted as townspeople in various scenarios, and working as hunters, firefighters, cosmetologists, priests, bank robbers, police officers, pool players, and more. The museum attracts roughly 10,000 visitors annually and is open mainly during the summer months, but also opens by request during other times. Originally charging a small fee, it switched to a donation model due to financial challenges posed by the pandemic. The concept for the museum was born out of a need to generate business for the small community following the decommissioning of railway lines and the closure of the town's grain elevators. The idea, jokingly suggested by a local woman in reference to the area's ground squirrel overpopulation, quickly caught on. Despite initial protests and even a bomb threat, the museum opened in 1996 to significant attention, drawing over 10,000 visitors in its first year due to significant media attention. The museum is housed in two historic buildings, a rural schoolhouse and a former grain elevator office. Local farmers, hunters, and veterinarians provided the gopher specimens, and volunteers created the exhibits. In 2015, Chelsea McMullen, a documentary filmmaker, decided to go for broke and dig deep on the museum in her film, World-Famous Gopher Hole Museum, Schermacker Oasis. The Schermacker Oasis, nestled in Antarctica's Queen Maud Land, is a geographic anomaly. This 13-square-mile ice-free plateau is home to more than 100 freshwater lakes and offers a stark contrast to the surrounding icy landscape. Located over 300 feet above sea level, it's a polar desert, characterized by a mild climate for Antarctic conditions. The unique lakes contain either fresh or salt water, overlaid by fresh water. The highest point in the oasis is Mount Reberstaya at 748 feet, and Lake Glubakoya, the deepest inland lake, plunges to a depth of more than 100 feet. The Schermacker Oasis's flora and fauna are limited due to its extreme environment, with only mosses and lichens able to grow in its rocky soil. However, for my bird-watching watchers, some rare birds apparently visit this place. It's home to a number of research stations, given the unusual conditions present there. Also, if you want to visit, do you need your appendix taken out? You don't want a burst appendix in the Schermacker Oasis. Zix Road. Zix Road is a 2006 American thriller that is famous for all the wrong reasons. Directed by John Penny and starring Katherine Heigl, Leo Grillo, and Tom Sizemore, the film was shot entirely in the Mojave Desert. But it's not the star power that made this film famous. It's its record-breaking box office return. The movie earned just $30 at the box office, making it the lowest-grossing film in U.S. history. This astonishingly low revenue wasn't due to the film's quality, but rather its unusual release strategy. The film was shown once a day, at noon, for a week in a single Dallas theater, primarily to fulfill a Screen Actors Guild requirement. The minimal release was intentional, as the producers focused on foreign distribution, which apparently makes sense if you're in the business. Also, another thriller shot in the Mojave Desert was also released in 2006. Want to guess the name? Zix. No road this time. Apparently that one didn't do great either. Gangkar Punsum. Gangkar Punsum, straddling the border between Bhutan and Tibet, stands as the world's highest unclimbed mountain. At almost 25,000 feet, its unconquered status is a testament to local beliefs. This mountain, whose name translates to White Peak of the Three Spiritual Brothers, remains unconquered due to a climbing ban imposed by Bhutan since 1994, and, later, a complete prohibition of all mountaineering from 2003 onwards. Initial attempts to climb Gangkar Punsum began after Bhutan opened its doors to mountaineering in 1983. Between 1985 and 1986, several expeditions tried and failed to reach the summit. A notable attempt was by a Japanese team in 1998, initially granted permission by China, but later denied due to political issues with Bhutan. Instead, they successfully ascended Liankang Kangri, a subsidiary peak, from the Tibetan side in 1999. Also, here's another weird factor. There is a mapping history mystery at play here. Early maps inaccurately placed the mountain, leading to confusion and unsuccessful expeditions. The 1986 British expedition described it as entirely within Bhutan, contrasting with other claims. Others likely more accurately claim that the mountain is in both Bhutan and China. And for the curious, and let's be honest, you wouldn't be this deep into this video if you weren't curious, it's the 40th highest mountain in the world. If you made it this far, hit the like and subscribe buttons. This helps me grow my channel and produce more content, which I hope you enjoy. Also, if you want to take it to the next level, consider becoming a patron. The Patreon link is in the description. Big shout out to patrons Noah Schubert, Kazakh Cutie, and Kurt the Squirt. As always, stay safe and healthy. Peace out, everyone.